Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are on build, I believe number 11, I think, of our Dreamtown, aka It's Only One House. This is where we have left off. We're putting together, we finished up one of our beds and our pillows. And every time I look at these pillows, I am loving like the crispness of the edges. And we've got our second bed built, and then the pillows are here, and I got those edges by using these little clippies. So I'm going to take them off of here, and now this is horrible material, and usually they would be so frayed, and I've got crisp edges. Oh, I'm so happy. By the way, we're just jumping in. We're just going for it. I'm not even wasting time this morning. Oh, I love, see how crisp those edges are? I love that. And then this is our cabinet, and we made our little apothecary bottles last time, kind of. And on this one, if you watch the video, I put a label on it first, and then I labeled the other two. And then when I came back to put the lid on, the label was gone. Now, I have watched the video twice, zoomed in at that time frame when I was building these. I put the label on and I set it down. I put the label on, and then this one, and it kind of, or the one without the label was like sitting like this. So I labeled the second one, I set it down. When I went to pick this one up, this one did get knocked over, but I did not see a label fall off, fly off, nothing. Seriously, I cannot find where this label went. If any of you looked for it, did you find it? Give me a timestamp, because I am so baffled, utterly confused and lost, and don't know what the heck happened. So we do have one without a label, and that's just how it is. But let's go ahead and put our pillows on this one. So we're going to put them both, and this is where you can just kind of do how you like. I want them kind of both leaning up against the top, because we did these ones a little not straight, so these ones are going to be a little bit straighter. I'm just going to use my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. I have it in a squeeze bottle with a precision tip. It is a little bit watered down, just for the fact that if you don't water it down, it will crack and break your bottle, because it is very thick. So I'm just going to put a bit on the bottom, back bottom, and then the top back. And then I'm just going to lean it up against the headboard. Same thing on this one, top and bottom. And that one I did a little bit like onto the other pillow, but just enough to give it a little bit of character. I hate this material, it frays so bad. And with the glue on there, it's like, if it has glue on it, it will stick, but the parts that aren't glued are sticking up, and it's driving me nuts. but I don't want to pull it out of the glue. Oh, come on. I don't want to pull you off the bed. I will if I have to. Really? Okay, good enough. Good enough. No, it's not. It's driving me nuts. Whoops. There. Thank you very much. Okay, back you go. All right, so there's bed number 2 completed, and I think they turned out very, very nice. All right, so now that we have our little bedside table we had finished previously. So now we're gonna move on and continue building our little shelf here. So we did the jars. Now we're gonna take these 5 little ones here, and we're gonna use a toothpick and just gonna roll them like when we traditionally roll a scroll or newspaper. These just happen to be blank because why not? They're not going to be showing anything. So I just use my toothpick, put it level across the front, and then just use my fingers to kind of fold it over to get it started, rounded, and then just roll it tight. I use my finger back here as pressure because otherwise it'll unfurl and loosen. And if you want it to be loosely curled, then it won't come off the toothpick generally, but you can loosen your grip and it will kind of unroll just a bit. It did get crooked. Oh well, I'm not going to fight with it. They all are wanting to be crooked today, or my fingers are crooked. I don't know which one. This is something that takes a little bit of practice. My first probably half dozen or so were horrid, and now it's just like boom, 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 just roll them up. The more you do, the better you get at it. And if you do like me, you do a lot of magic things and or libraries, there has a tendency to be a lot of them. We do a lot of scrolls in both. A lot of newspapers too, especially in the libraries. But yeah, the more you do, the better you get. And after I put the glue on, I just continue to roll it on the toothpick, and that will help that glue just set right in. And any excess will come out. Wipe it off your fingers. But even if it gets a little bit loose, and if you continue to roll like that, sometimes it will tighten up. All right, so there are our 5 scrolls, or whatever they are. All right, now we're going to put our shelf actually together. I don't want to lose our little beads. All right, now these two, the D2 and D3, we're going to cut apart. They have the little notches of wood down the center. But my blade is very, very loose. What's going on? I'm going to turn them over. They're easier to see on the back side. There it goes. But turn it back, because especially the big one, because it has some etched lines in them that need to be on top. Ooh. All right, so we're going to take D2, which is one of the ones with the etching. Does it show me? It does not say, but okay, so the part that we just cut is what they consider the side with no coloring. So the outside part is obviously painted or whatever process they use, but the inside didn't, because it was connected to the other one. And then when you cut it, it's now an exposed edge on both sets. So it says D2 with no colored side facing outwards. So this is going to be up. I just don't know if that etching goes on the inside or the outside. I would think it would be where one of the one of the shelves is going to sit. It doesn't. It's so hard. So these directions have been generally very good. Okay, it's on the inside. I can see it here with the magnifier. It is on the inside, and it is where that top shelf is going to go. Generally, these directions are very good spelling everything out, but every once in a while I found not so good. Okay, so this unpainted edge on the outside, the little cut-in edges, lines on the inside. So on the top. So they're going to be like that. All right, so we're going to put D1, our big one, is going to set, I think, on top of this, okay? Right, so we'll use our Aleene's tacky glue. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Crazy Glue Super Glue with the brush applicator. I'm very impatient, and I've just found the combination of these two glues makes it tacky that much faster. Still gotta give it a second to bond. Whoop. Put that at 90 degrees. All right, and then we're gonna put D3, which is the other one that we snapped in half or cut in half, with that cut edge not painted up, and it's gonna go right where that line is. And then, okay, I see. I was like, how do we know where our bottom shelf goes? Well, they give us 2-in-1 steps. So our D4, which is our, or no, sorry, D4, which has etched lines in them. So we're working, remember the back is here with the no paint, So turn the etched lines face down because we want that front to be down. It's going to sit right even with the bottom here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick that on. Oh, I just messed up my shelves. Just make sure it's even with the bottom because that's where we're going to set it on the ground. Oh, come on. Once we get everything put together, the shelves will stay where I put them. But now D3, our other shelf, is going to not on this little piece, but over top of it. So that's how we're going to know where to put that shelf. So I'm going to put the glue on the top of the board that we just put in. And then remember that unpainted side up and on the inside. And then we'll do our other side. So we're going to try to be very careful here. I really, really, really want to put the glue on the edges of the, not the edge on that top one, on the bottom. But then on the edges of all three of these. Just making really sure that those bottoms are lined up. Which it's not. When the bottom is lined up, it will make the rest of it square. Right, now we gotta use this right away, so I gotta give it a second to get more tacky. Now obviously if I wasn't recording this, I might maybe go get a drink, go to the bathroom, you know, do something to give it a few seconds or maybe a couple of minutes, but I'm not going to do that. So, shoot, I'm not like, oh, dang it, it's ruined it. I should have left it alone. But I was not lined up completely on that top. Why? What's going on here? Oh, I just totally... Okay, well, this happens sometimes. Totally demolished it. What's thrown me is I'm not completely on the bottom of that very first piece. And I was trying to line up that tiny little bit of difference, and it just didn't work. Because I never stood it up to get the bottom completely level. Now I'm going to just re-glue a bit here. I'm going to put my other side on first because it makes everything more solid, and everything is just so wonky until that second side gets on. We'll have to just slide that last shelf inside, and that's okay. I'll get it in there. Yeah, that's much better. That way I can hold it being level. Oh, no, you're not even. Like, get off my finger. It's not my first put together and then tried to fix and tore apart piece before. Tore apart on accident. I've also torn them apart on purpose. But I've demolished more pieces than I can tell you, just by like, oh, I just need to fix this one little spot, and then boom, the whole thing is like you just saw in pieces. So nothing new, but I think we're more solid. Okay, so now let's re-glue this middle shelf in. Remember, we have those lines on the inside to guide us. And make sure that that unpainted sign is on the outside. I got pretty lucky. Got it right in there. All right, so I think we're put together properly now. Let me just... There we go. All right, let me get a drink of coffee here. Back to my Coffee Mate Duo caramel and vanilla. It's so yummy. I have about 4 of them I switch back and forth from. All right, now this piece of paper that I thought was a rug, which is not our rug, we're actually going to put it on the back of our cabinet here, and it's going to be the background, so we don't have an actual like wood backing. So I'm just going to put a bit of Aleene's along the edging. And because we don't have a bottom, I will go ahead and put them across the backs of the shelves. All right. And I'm just going to line it up like right with the sides and the top. All right, so there's our little shelf now finally done. Now we're going to put our 3 bottles on top. We're going to put wait, what is that? What? H09? What is H09? I'm looking at my list here, my material list, and I can't. H09 is the plastic tubing. Oh, so they're just telling us that that's what those 3 are. The lines are red in it. I now see the red lines pointing, but it was hard. Okay. It looks like only 3 of the there's only 3 of the parchment, the rolls, those in here, and then the 2 newspapers. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put, I'll go ahead and put the glue on the bottom of these. So I'm going to put the one with no label in the middle because that's how my OCD react. Oh no, wait, what? I put you on the lines where you were supposed to go. Oh no. None of them fit. I thought maybe I'd just like cut one of them too big. None of them fit. I'm going to have to cut them all down because I don't want to move that shelf. That shelf is solid, is it not? Yeah, that shelf is solid. So, wipe off my glue. Dang it. I'm just making sure that that paper that's inside is like, without trying to break it, I'm trying to push it up. Remember, I did not glue it in. I just want to make sure it's at the top. I guess it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to jump. I don't wanna, but I don't have a choice. I mean, I do have a choice. I could decide to, I could choose to take out that shelf and drop it some because this space doesn't need as much. But I really don't want to. I've already pulled out that shelf once. Oh no, my label just came off. I felt it come off. Dang it. This is uneven now, so I'm just trying to even it up. There, that like barely fits. And I took a nice chunk off of there. This is not the first one that has had bad measurements, let me just say. At some point, almost all of them have at least one bad measurement. Trying to make it as even as I could the first time around, but that didn't really work out too well. Now I've got paper sticking out to contend with. Okay, this was a cute little start of a project, and these tubes have turned into a disaster. Generally, I'm okay with these, but I don't know why they're so hard, so made it so difficult for this one. And my label came off again on my thumb. Once I'm not messing with them, they'll be fine. It's just, I'm pushing and pulling on them right now. Please don't have fall down. Ugh. You didn't see that, but my tweezers just moved all of them. All right. Well, we have 3 of them in there. Can't say how well it is, but they're in there. Plastic in the trash now. All right, so we're going to take our papers here. Now, one of them I'm not going to fold. I'm going to just glue on the bottom shelf in the left-hand corner. I am going to have it stick out a bit. So just right there like that, sticking out. And then this one I am going to fold, but not glue together. That was pretty close. I didn't need it to be perfect. That's why I didn't bother with the soft fold. I just went ahead and did it. And then we're going to stick this one on top of the one we just put in there. Man, we could have used so much more room. I did those correctly. I mean, you can see the edges. That one may be a tiny bit high, but that one is spot on. And there's that much room now. Oy. All right, I'm going to put three of the little rolls of paper in there. Not glue it all the way to the front. Theirs seem to be rolled a bit looser than mine. Mine are rolled pretty tightly, so they take up a little bit more room. So I'm just going to spread mine out a bit more. That's fine. And then I'm going to kind of place this one on top of the others. Oh, come on, you stay where I put you. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? All right, so we just have it kind of a little bit of a messy down there, but I'm good with that. All right, so there's our little cabinet. Oh, wait, one more thing. Our little, right in the center. Oops, don't knock over the super glue. Our two little beads will be the little handle. All right, now there is our cabinet. All right, now we're gonna make a bathtub. Before production, please split E1 and E2 along the dotted line before use. Okay, obviously we need E's. I'm gonna set those two scrolls up by my extra books. E1, E2, E3. E1. Okay, they have stuff written on theirs. This doesn't, but one is bigger and one is smaller. Slightly. Oh, it's E2-1 and E2-2. Doesn't say it on here, but I get it now. Okay, so bigger and smaller. Bigger is -1 and smaller is -2. And then E3. So, okay, they're the last three gray ones. Now we have browns and tans and white. Let's see. What was H again? It's H 3-9. Oh, H3 is the lip. Oh, I get it. I get it. I gotcha. We had this, it's a material. So 3-9, there's only one of them. And then 3-10, there's 4 of them. So I didn't want to lose these. So I left them whole in a line. So we're just going to cut off 3-9. And those all are 3-10s. Sit back over there. Okay, there's that. The A10-16, which is our beautiful. Oh, by the way, we're building a bathtub. Did I forget to tell you that? Yeah, we're going to build a bathtub here. So this is going to be the water in the bottom. And I love the fact that they did this, because not many of them do. Most of them are just, here's a tub, stick it in the corner, or stick it in the bathroom. And at one point they had me put usually what we would normally use to fill our pillows, that we didn't have to, that fluffy white stuff. They had me do bubbles, and since then every single bathtub gets bubbles, and almost all of my kitchen sinks, when I make kitchen sinks, get bubbles, because I like them. Just trimming up a little bit that I missed. All right. So there's that, there's that. We need a J2, which is little black beads. Wait. Which, are they the little ones? J2. Yeah, they're, oh. Okay. They're the little ones. But did you give me, now I have one that is stuck, I have 2 that are stuck together. And no other ones that size. Okay. I'll see if I can pop these apart. If not, I have more in my stash. Come on, I'll give you a shot. I don't think so. I think they're fused together, but yeah, no. Okay. So this is actually going in the trash, because there's no sense in keeping that. I would never use that. Hold on, let me grab my stash box. This was actually an ice tray bin that we didn't use. I have 2 of them. I love them. Here is my stash of goodies. These beads, the pink, the white, and the dark ones, I did buy those, but other than that, everything else is from other builds. And now I have a ton of little black ones here. Let me move the box. Now it does look, it's a tiny bit bigger, but you know what? Hold on, let me see. No, that's not one. I feel like their beads were so much smaller. So I'm gonna pull 2. That was a little bit deformed too. Hold on, let me. Okay, no, that's the same size as the original. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. So it's a little bit shorter, but that's okay. So put this back. I showed my son this when he was here visiting. He was like, "Oh my gosh, Mom." I was like, "Yep. I like my stash box." Two of them. Okay. And now we need our black wire. We need 1.5 centimeters. So handy dandy ruler. And wire cutters. 1.5. There we go. Is that dun 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 dun? Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and split these apart now. Let go of my blade. Sheesh. Okay, that small one and the large one. Yeah, I think we have enough time to finish this. Okay, so we're going to, we're going to take E2-1, which is this, the big one, and E2-2, which is the small one. Small one's on bottom. Small one's on bottom, painted side towards me. Big one sits on top of small one, painted side up. Oh, okay. Really, that is awful small. Yeah, B's on bottom, okay. I just want to make sure I was getting that. So I like they give a little corner diagram to show which one sits on top and which one, which is very nice because sometimes it's very difficult to tell. And if you get it wrong, you have potentially, almost always, your measurements will be off when you go to put the next or the last bits on. I've done it many, many times. Let's get that at a 90 degree. Making sure my edges are flat, yep. All right, so now this is gonna sit with this short little one going to the left, and then E1, which is our longest one we split, painted side up, is going to match up with the top part of the bottom so that this shelf is going to not be at the edge, but this bottom piece is going to be at the edge. All right. I do that now? Oops, 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 oops. There we go. The shelf needs to be flat, 90 degrees. Oh no, dang it, we're not all the way at the edge. All right, now I think we're good. Now just stay. All right, so this is lined up on the bottom. This is lined up on the bottom corner here and lined up on the top. All right, and now we're going to take E3, which is our single one, with no edging, no nothing, and it's going on the edge here. I did screw that up. That should have been my painted side. Hold on. Dang it. I looked at it wrong, and it didn't actually tell me this time or the last time, huh? In the beginning it did. I guess I figured it was being redundant, which it is. Okay, so let me just get all this extra goopy glue off. So where this bottom little one is going to go flush with, that needs to be the painted side. So the unpainted side needs to be up. Which, yeah, because this, it shows painted side on this one up, but it's flat. You can't see it. Painted side is going to the inside. That's correct. All right, I just want that unpainted side up. All right, and now this one does not have any unpainted sides. It's going to go flush along the other side of that. All right, and then our last piece, our long one, unpainted side up. it's going to mimic the other side. So it's going to be flush there and down there. Okay. We got this. Sometimes it just takes me a minute, but I'll figure it out. Okay. All right, hold it tight. Right, and then our water is going to go in that opening. Not in it, over the opening. All right. We're just going to line it all up. And there we go. A little extra glue there. There's the start of our bathtub. That looks really cool. All right, so we're going to go with this is obviously the little bit for our faucet. So it's going to go on the left. Now we're going to take our little bit of material here and kind of just drape it. Come on, paper, come off of me. Okay, so I am going to put it on the glue on the material itself. That way I know wherever it sits, it's going to have glue on it. Oh, come on. All right, I'm just going to do it like, we're just going to drape it over the side here, like a little washcloth that we used, or is getting ready to be used. So I didn't do it perfectly straight, did a little crooked. And there shows a little bit sideways, so that's fine. They show a bit more outside. That's fine. Just leave it as that. So now we need, okay, so I'm going to get my wire shapers, my wire pliers kind of things. So it needs bend H08 into the shape shown in the diagram. So we're just going to take the top, just bend it into a faucet shape. So kind of like a bit of a U, like that, just like that. And then we're going to stick it down into one of our beads. Make sure it fits. Hey, doesn't really fit, does it? Really? Not really. So, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to put, I'm going to use the shorter one. I'm going to put a drop of Aleene's in the center there. And then on our wire here, I'm going to use super glue just on the bottom, because I'm okay if it kind of melts into that. Just go in the center. Dang it. Why are you gonna be so difficult? Oh my goodness. Try that again. There we go. That's all I wanted you to do. And now we're going to put it not exactly in the center. So in the center, just off to one side. Put it in the back side. And a bit of super glue on the bottom of the bead. And then just making sure that it's facing into the tub. Well, it's a little more, it's more centered than I wanted, but it's not moving now. And I'm not fighting with it. So we're going to put our other little bead, non-centered. We're going to put it in the front. It's going to be like the temperature one, the turn on and off one, I guess. Okay, we're doing that. I'm wondering, should I get another one for over here? Oh. No, that's fine. No, because it's centered. If this wasn't centered, I would say, we'll just go with the one. But because it accidentally centered itself when I tried not to and then got stuck, I didn't want to pull it apart. So I'm going to grab me another little black bead real quick. One of the little ones, little ones. Nope. I have like 3 different kinds in here. I think that's one of them. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to put this really, just give me one more drop of glue. This is just going on the other side. to even it out, balance it out. There. Now we have our bathtub with the faucet and the 2 knobs. Okay. Done. All right. I think we're we're a little over our time. Yeah, we're good. So, well, we got our bed's completely finished. We got our cabinet built and furnished. And that's not quite the word I'm looking for. Loaded stuff in it. You know what I mean, right? We got our cabinet loaded up. We got our beds finished up, and we have our bathtub now. So I think it was a pretty good build. So, and I'm so impressed. I'm still impressed with these pillows. I'm loving them. These are some of my best pillows. Now, I don't know if I can always get this type of material to build the inside part, but I definitely can close the structures or close them up after with gluing with these little clippies, and it makes this such a nice sharp edge. I'm doing that from now on. All my pillows will be closed up with them. So, all right, well, thank you guys for joining me on the build, whether you're building with me, just listening, turn me on to go to sleep. It's all good. Glad you're here, and hope you come back for what's next. Bathroom cabinet. Oh, we're gonna roll up more of that's those H3-10, that material, those little ones. Those are gonna be our little towels, which means we have to roll them up. But we're finally gonna use that big tree a little. We're gonna use that whole tree for 3 little. Okay. Anyways, come back and see me next time and see how I deal with that material, because we're almost done with it, but we still have a few more pieces to go. All right, hope to see you on the next build. Bye.